Colleen's Corner, where every Tuesday I answer your questions. I know I never do this anymore, but for some reason a bunch of you were badgering me on Twitter to do another Colleen's Corner, and so then finally I caved and I was like, fine, I'll do it. And I asked you guys for questions and everyone asked me questions and I was like, actually I don't want to do it, and I didn't do it for weeks, and then now everyone's being like,
did you film it? Did you film it? When are you posting it? When are you doing it?
I never did it, so now I'm doing it. It is midnight and I'm doing it and I'm tired and it's gonna be boring. No one's gonna watch it because nobody watches Q&As and nobody does Q&As, but here I am. Colleen's Corner. A murderer walks into the room. The object to your right is your weapon. Are you screwed?
Let's play some music.
Yes, I'm screwed. Favorite Waitress moment for you? I was in the cast of Waitress on Broadway last summer. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life because it's always been my dream to be on Broadway. My favorite part was coming out and meeting you guys the very first night, opening night. I thought a lot of you would be there to support me, but I was not expecting the amount of people who were actually there to support me and cheer me on, and I was very overwhelmed. I got very emotional, and what surprised me even more, it was like that after every performance, 8 days a week. Oh my God, I need sleep. It was like that after every single performance, 8 performances a week. You guys were out there, you showed up and you cheered me on, and you were so sweet. I was just really overwhelmed by the love and support of all of you guys, and so yeah, that was definitely the best part for me. How are the stickers not stressing you out? I'm not even a mom, and seeing stickers on furniture and walls is giving me anxiety. So here's the deal. I have a very extreme fear or phobia of stickers. I've even done a video on it trying to face my fear of little tiny stickers. I especially don't like fruit stickers. Like, I'm not kidding guys, the other day there was a fruit sticker that was like kind of starting to peel off an apple, and I was eating my lunch and I saw it and I could not eat the rest of my lunch because I got nauseous seeing that a sticker was peeling off of an apple. Like, it's not good. Anyway, my son has an obsession with stickers, so I don't want to deprive him of that just because I am grossed out by stickers. So I figured out a happy medium. I don't mind the puffy stickers, and big stickers don't bother me. It's the little tiny flat ones that make me want to vomit, and I don't know why or what that is, but that's a real thing for me. So he gets to play with the puffy stickers. Favorite memory from the day you were in labor? Hands down, the second he came out and they put him on top of me. I can't even express to you the amount of feelings and emotions and just I can't explain to you how wonderful it was for so many reasons. One, I was finally meeting my son, and I was just so proud of him, and he was so perfect, and the love I felt was so intense and strong, and it was just amazing. Two, because I felt like a warrior. I was like, I just pushed this human out of my body. My body made human, and now I'm holding this human. And so I felt like a superhero. And three, I wasn't pregnant anymore. I am not kidding you guys. A lot of women struggle with postpartum depression, and it's a very serious, very awful thing that a lot of women struggle with. I did not experience that, but I did experience prepartum depression. I was really depressed, especially in the last few months of my pregnancy, really sad, cried every day, hated myself, hated everything, didn't want to get out of bed. The only thing that was keeping me going was knowing I was going to meet this little guy. I am not kidding you. The second he came out of my body, it felt like the depression and loneliness and sadness and anger and frustration and fear, every negative emotion that was festering inside of me exited my body with him, and they put him on me, and it was like the Colleen that I knew my whole life re-entered through my vagine and came in through and lived in my soul again. And it was just like, I cannot explain to you how amazing it felt. It was so amazing because pregnancy, you guys, is such garbage. I mean, it's beautiful, and I'm really grateful that I got to do it. And I know some women just love pregnancy and it's so much fun, and oh my gosh, I feel so beautiful, and well, that's awesome, and I'm so happy for you. That was not my experience at all. So yeah, the second he was on me, it was the best feeling. I've never felt anything like that. It was glorious. If everyone in the world was listening, what would you say? Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. If you were stranded in Disneyland but could only do 3 things without any line or anything, what would you do? Whoa. What's wrong with me? Why did that taste like lettuce? I haven't eaten lettuce today. It really did taste strongly of like romaine. Anyway, I would ride Space Mountain and Thunder Mountain, and I would get a churro because the line for churros is always way too long. Do you think you will move to a different house soon? This question is so frustrating. So the beginning of this year, Eric and I had lots of plans. Obviously, I had a lot of tours planned for this year. Those are all not happening now because of COVID. We were gonna have a wedding this year, like a big, not like a wedding, but like a big wedding party with all of our friends, do the white dress, do all the things. That obviously got canceled because of COVID. We were gonna do a honeymoon this year. That got canceled because of COVID. And we were going to try to move and buy a house. I love this house, but we do want to move. We just want a few things to be a little bit different. We want a bigger yard for Flynn. At the beginning of this year, I was house hunting. I was looking at a bunch of different houses, and we even found one that we really liked, and we were gonna go check it out. And then COVID hit, and obviously you can't go house hunting when there's a pandemic. So the plan was to move this year. And now we're like, well, maybe we should move to Canada. That is a serious discussion Eric and I have had many times. Should we move to Vancouver? We love Vancouver. We both have lived there. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. And America is terrifying. We'll see what happens. We just want to get through this pandemic, then we can regather our thoughts and figure out what the next step is. Will you adopt any more pets? So I really want another cat and I really want a dog. So obviously Corey has a dog, Moose, who is Flynn's best friend. And Moose is basically like, I know he's not my dog, it's Corey's dog, but like sometimes I think of him as my dog too. Like Corey is his dad and I'm like his mom, kind of. I love Moose, but I do want a dog for Flynn. I want Flynn to have a dog. Even though Moose is his best friend, I think Flynn should have his own dog. Eric and I have been talking about that a lot. And actually, Eric and I did go to an adoption shelter right before all of this COVID happened, and we were looking at dogs. Again, another thing that kind of got shut down when the pandemic happened. It's kind of a good time to start with a dog though, I feel, because we're gonna be home all the time because of COVID, and there's a lot of time to train and let the dog get used to us and comfortable with us, so that's something that we're kind of talking about. So I really hope we can get a dog. How do you deal with stressful situations? Well, I have a form of OCD called dermatillomania, which is where you rip off and bite off and cut off your own skin. I've been talking about it a lot on my vlog channel. I vlog every single day, so if you want more information on that, plenty over there. But basically when I'm stressed, when I'm anxious, when I'm basically any extreme emotion, I will start ripping at the skin all over my fingers, all over my feet. It's really embarrassing and really gross, but I did just restart therapy. I got a new therapist who specializes in this, and she's already helping so much. So I'm really, really excited to not do that anymore when I'm stressed. But another thing I like to do when I'm stressed is I like to be around my family. I like to cook. I like to do a project. I just like to kind of distract myself from the stress, from the bad things. I love a distraction, which maybe isn't healthy, but it works for me. What trait, physical and personality-wise, did Flynn inherit from you, and what did he inherit from Eric? Okay, he looks exactly like Eric. He looks nothing like me. There's no physical trait on my son that looks anything like me. We all know this at this point. He literally just looks like my husband, which I'm fine with because I think my husband's attractive and really cute and wonderful, so I'm very happy he looks like him. But personality-wise, I feel like Flynn is much more like me. He's very go, go, go. I mean, that could just be because he's a toddler, but that's very much my personality. He wants to make sure everyone is included. He doesn't like being alone. That's very much what I am like. He loves an activity. That's very much me. He's extremely dramatic. That's like me. I mean, this kid is passionate. He is a passionate kid about the things that he loves, and I feel like I'm that way too. When I love something, I love it with all of my being, and I put all of myself into it, and that's how he is. If he sees something he's excited about, it's not just like, oh, a cat, or like, oh, this a toy. He goes like, wow! Like he just like gets so excited. If he sees a car, which he calls Dardars, he goes, Dardar! Or an airplane, he calls it Baba. He goes, Baba! He gets so excited about the things that he loves, and I feel like I'm that way too. I feel like so far, most of his personality traits are a lot like mine. Whoa. I might have changed my underwear. No. The amount of people who are going to unsubscribe to me for that.
You're a grown woman. You're a mother. You're disgusting.
Judge me, hate me, but girl, you do it too, honey. That was disgusting. disgusting. I actually hate myself, so if you hate me now, like I kind of agree. What's something you used to hate but now love? Cheese. Isn't that random? I used to hate cheese when I was little. My AIM name, a lot of you don't even know what AIM is, but like AIM was the ish back in the 2000s, early 2000s. My AIM name was Cheese Is, with a Z, Gross. That was my AIM name. Didn't like it, didn't like cheese. And now I love cheese. It's delicious. What is your least favorite kind of cookie? A cold cookie, garbage. I only like cookies if they're fresh out of the oven. Everyone always talks about how I'm obsessed with cookies. Yes, but I'm only obsessed with warm cookies. If it is not fresh out of the oven, it is
Trash.
I don't want that. What songs were in your audition book when you lived in New York? I love this question. So when I lived in New York and I was auditioning a lot, many years ago, like 9 years ago or something like that, I had an audition book full of songs that I would go in and sing. That's how auditions work. But the auditions I went to were typically like, you only get to sing 16 bars of music, which is a very short amount of music. And some of my go-tos, It Won't Be Long Now from In the Heights, there was a section of the song where it was like, I'm hopping the elevator train and I'm riding away, yeah, yeah. I can't sing it full out right now because my baby's asleep, but I would belt that. And I thought it sounded so good, even though it probably sounded like garbage. Another song in my book that I'm remembering right now is I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night, which I think is from Annie Get Your Gun. Poor Wandering One from Pirates of Penzance was in it because it showed off my soprano range. I think Gimme Gimme was in my book. That's in everyone's book. Aw Sweet Mystery of Life was in my book. Oh, sweet mystery of life, at last I found thee. That wasn't the right notes, but you get the idea. When I lived in New York, there was a lot of new age musicals coming out. They were like poppy musicals. And so I had a lot of pop songs in my book, even though I can't sing pop, like Kelly Clarkson, Jessie J. I think I had some Alanis Morissette in my book. I had a bunch of random pop songs as well, so I don't remember. I should pull it out, but I'm too bored. Opinions on poutine. I've never tried it, but I've always wanted to. It is delicious. When Corey and I lived in Vancouver doing Haters Back Off, we would go get poutine all the time in the middle of the night. It is so good. Do you regret giving Miranda red lipstick, or lipstick in general? I do regret it. I know that might sound weird to hear me say, but if there's anything I regret with Miranda, it is the lipstick. Just because it gets everywhere. I don't like putting it on. I really don't like lipstick. I really hate it. I love the character. I just think Miranda's so fun to play. I really enjoy the character of Miranda Sings, like a lot. But the lipstick is something I wish I had done differently. However, I don't know how else I would do Miranda, because like the lipstick really does change the look of my face a lot. But I feel like if I ever changed the color of the lipstick or the shape of the lipstick, everyone would be like, what are you doing? And it wouldn't be Miranda anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It is one thing that I wish I didn't do. But I'll continue to do it because it is Miranda. Colleen, why do you keep claiming that you never drink alcohol when there are so many photos of you drinking wine, champagne, and even your tweets about how you're about to drink? Liking alcohol is okay. Why do you say you've never drunk it? I have never said that I have never drunk alcohol. I have said that I don't drink because I don't. I have had a lot to drink in the past. There were years where I drank a lot, like in my early 20s. I didn't really drink much in college at all, but after college there was a couple of years where I was living in New York City and there was not much to do but go to bars at night and hang out with friends. And so yeah, I definitely would drink. And there are still times now where occasionally I will enjoy a little bit of wine or champagne, but I personally don't enjoy alcohol anymore. So I have never, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, and I'll apologize if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have never said that I have never had alcohol. I have definitely had alcohol, and there's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol if you can do it responsibly and safely. I think that's totally fine and normal. My husband loves to have a glass of wine at night. He loves to have a cocktail. Most of my friends do, so I see nothing wrong with that at all. But for me, when I drink, I immediately get tired. I just want to go to bed, and I am so sick for the whole rest of the day, the next day. So like if I even have like half a glass of wine, the entire next day I will be ruined. Horrible stomach aches, diarrhea, headaches, can't get out of bed. Like it really affects my body negatively. So I don't enjoy drinking anymore. I think I do say sometimes like I never drink, because that's true. I don't ever drink anymore. But yeah, I was not trying to mislead you by saying that, because there's nothing wrong with drinking responsibly. If you're of age and you are doing it responsibly and safely, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just not something that I enjoy doing because it makes me really sick. So there you go, those are all the questions I'm going to answer for you guys today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please continue to stay safe and healthy, and I'm gonna figure out why I'm burping up lettuce, and I'm sorry you had to watch this, and if you're still watching, wow, you must be bored. Make sure to subscribe to my vlog channel where every day I am vlogging my life, and make sure to click the links below and help out the Black Lives Matter movement in any way you can by signing petitions, spreading the word, raising awareness, contacting officials, and demanding justice for the people who've been murdered, supporting Black-owned businesses, following and subscribing to Black creators on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere you can. Support them. Let's lift their voices up and let them be heard. That is our job as allies and privileged people. So I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.